Góðan daginn and welcome to the project. My name is Gunnhildur. I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog chat type of thing where I talk about knitting, about crochet, about yarn, fibers, anything I feel like. I also talk quite a bit about the weather because I am your stereotypical middle-aged Icelander and everything to do with the weather affects me, like what I can talk about. Actually, I want to show you the weather right now because it is gorgeous. Listen, speaking of the weather, I'm gonna show you the sky first. Look at it. It is so calm, it is pretty, it's a little bit chilly, it's just over freezing. But yeah, it's currently around 10 in the morning, so it's just gorgeous. So yeah, actually speaking of the weather, last week we generally got some nice weather, which considering how much rain there's been is so last Monday, Tuesday, no rain, a little bit chilly, completely clear skies. Like I go out Monday morning, I mean I say morning, it's 8 in the morning, it's just pitch black. I look up, kind of confused because I was like, wait, where's the rain? I look up, stars. And a little after that I saw a meteorite, a single shooting star, and I'm like, I haven't seen that in years. I feel blessed already. And the entire day, just both Monday and Tuesday, they were just picture perfect, like autumn, early winter, which is ironic considering the timing, but just really pretty. You know, there's absolutely no snow where I live. I don't think there's really any snow in Iceland right now. Usually around this time of year we've at least made one shovel. Everything's just clear right now. I'm like, it does make the darkness darker, but at the same time we don't need to shovel the snow, so it's like, you know, I am very fond of snow, honestly. I am not a very stereotypical adult when it comes to that, because I generally don't mind the snow. I don't mind shoveling that much. Most people bitch and complain, pardon the language, but they will complain about the snow, and I'm like, just like, let's look at the positives. But yeah. I mean, we did get a little rain again, but considering how it's been in the past weeks, it was like passable. And yes, let me get. Yesterday was also really nice. I could actually go. I had to go to the store yesterday, and I could actually go out wearing like thick pantyhose, like the knitted type, and a knitted dress and a long coat, and I was fine. There was like no wind. That's the other thing. There's been hardly any wind this entire week, and it's just. And Tuesday, I'm going on. I'm sorry, but it was. I need to tell you about this because Tuesday was really pretty. And it was actually chilly enough that there was a tiny bit of ice that formed on the ocean. And because it was so calm and no wind, it just sat there like a layer until a boat passed by and, you know, broke it up a little bit. But it was so pretty. So really nice days. It's been fantastic. But yeah. So when it comes to like the knitting and all that, I did manage a little bit of knitting on this scarf. I think this is the first time I'm showing it in quite a long while. Basically just this part. I did manage to knit one round yesterday after I put these nails on. I don't know if you ever tried knitting with long nails on. You know, with falsies when you're not used to having or wearing falsies. But for me it's impossible. Like trying to, like that one round I barely managed, and it's really simple, easy, you know, knit and purl. really easy, simple ripping. It was impossible to try and keep the tension. And I was like, listen, now I tried this. I tried knitting with these really, really lovely nails on. I don't have like glue. I've found that the glue is just impossible to get off. I tried. Last time I wore falsies with glue, I think that was in the beginning of the year. The glue stayed on my nails and I couldn't get them off, and it was like the nails went off but not the glue, and I'm like, I'm not wearing falsies again. And then I found out that you can actually get like these, like it's kind of like double tape but for your nails, so it's like little gel glue pads that you just pop on your nail, and then you pop the falsie on, and you know, they just stick on. It's really easy to get them off as well, because you literally just need to wash your hands for a little bit longer than usual. Like if they're, and they don't leave any residue. Like my nails don't suffer from the nail pads, you know, the glue pads. It's like, well, that's a game changer. So I can actually wear them. With also, I'm just, every single time I look down and I'm like, nails. But yeah, I can't quite knit when I wear a falsie, so that's a drawback. That's a negative. But yeah, I did manage to knit a little bit more in this lovely the Sirdar Jewel Spun. This is such a nice project also to have just by the, you know, by the computer, because it's so easy to pick up again. I did manage on Tuesday on Knit Night to knit a little bit more of my hat, the Ariel from Gardening Studio. This one. I think I managed to like double what I had last time. So yeah, I've started on the second scheme of the drops. The drops and this. And I'm still in love with this yarn. It's a delight to work with. It's so soft and easy to use. And oh, it looks so lovely on the viewfinder. Honestly, yeah, this looks really, really good. Oh, so yeah, I managed to, yeah, just about from here and up is what I managed to do on Tuesday or Thursday night. So yeah, I really, really like this pattern, and how the yarn, you know, how it shapes up in this fabric. It's just, I cannot wait to get this finished, because also the last round, like there's a single round of decreases, and then the last round you just knit two together and then you pull the thread through, and it's like you're done. You just need to weave in the ends. And I'm like, well, that's easy peasy with a really the simplest possible, like this wavy type of pattern. I'm sold. I'm happy. So I might actually like knit more of these, because easy peasy pattern and a yarn that I absolutely adore. Like so far I haven't, I mean literally I just knitted with a single skein, but there wasn't a knot, and I don't think that the drops yarn is known for a lot of knots. I don't feel like it. I don't think I've come across a lot of knots in the drops yarn that I've tried so far. The melody was fine. The drops air was fine. Drops delight. Don't really remember there being lots of knots there. So yeah, I am very much fond of the drops yarn. Unfortunately, like my goal for this week until job caught up with me, the goal was, because I finished I won Nano. Listen, I was also gonna mention that my second time participating in Nano is the National Novel Writing Month, where you give yourself this goal, right? You give yourself this insane goal to write 50,000 words in a single project. And I decided to, because I had a lot of fun last year, I decided to participate this year again. And I'm like, that's a little bit insane, but let's go with that. But because I got sick for those 4 days, I wasn't able to like write anything, and I'm like way behind. So I had made peace with the fact that I probably wouldn't be able to catch up. I would be very impressed with myself if I did manage, but like I was still very pleased with what I already had. And then I went and proved to myself that I'm actually capable of finishing with a deadline. So I'm very proud of myself. So not only finishing like 30,000 words in a single short amount of time, like that was, the fact that I managed it is just like, I'm very proud of myself. Also winning second year that I'm participating, and finding more about this story that I was working on. Like there's a lot of reworking that needs to be done, because what I was doing was basically a discovery draft. I was finding out what the story actually is, and now I'm even more confused because there are like at least three possible ways that this story can go, and I'm like, Ulen Tulendoff, eeny meeny miny mo, like what am I gonna do with this story? I don't know. That rhymed. So I'm gonna need to figure that one out. That's for a later time. But yeah, I did manage to win Nano. And the funny thing is that straight on the, so the last day was November 30th, and on December the 1st, there was a lot to do at work. And Thursday, Friday was a little bit much. Thursday, me and our new store manager, who is actually one of the original co-workers of mine, she got bumped up to being store manager, and which I'm really pleased. I'm happy with it, because she has the knowledge, she has the experience, she knows what's going on in this town, she knows the people. I'm really gonna miss the store manager that we did have the past 13 months, because he was a lot of fun. He did a lot of good. Like, he was a breath of fresh air and managed a lot of things, doing a lot of things that basically he cleaned out. Basically a lot of stuff that we had just let accumulate, and we just had been we got used to some of the things that were actually bothering us without us realizing that were bothering us, and the fact that he managed to clean that out and just get it, clean out of the building, it's like so much better. So I'm going to miss him, because he's been a lot of fun. But yeah, so Friday was a little tricky because we were out on half the stuff. So yeah, one had left, and that was pre-planned like weeks and weeks ago. She and her husband went to Reykjavik to go to their grandson's birthday, and then unfortunately two co-workers have been out this past week because their backs were hurting so badly that they just couldn't work. One is going to be back, I think, tomorrow, Monday, but the other is her back but also her knee, so I think she isn't going to be back until the 19th, so in 2 weeks. Which is just how things go. So starting on Friday, there was only 3 of us. We did get an extra person in at around 11, so that helped. But me and the store manager, we showed up to work at 7 in the morning because there was still a little of stuff to put away. And yeah, I was so stressed about waking up at 6 to be able to show up at 7. I woke up at 4:30 and I couldn't sleep. I was so stressed about, like, when I woke up I was like, no, 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 I'm late, I overslept. And then look at the phone and I'm like, gosh dang it. And then I couldn't sleep. But yeah, it was still fun. Like, it's really weird going to work at 7 in the morning and just being the two of us and being able to just do the stuff that needs to be done with like no phone, no one asking you for help or anything. It was actually quite calming and really rewarding, because the stuff that we managed to finish, because it was done, that meant it wasn't stressing us out. So yeah, that was, it's different. I don't know. I've been working at that store, since 2003. I don't remember if I've ever shown. Well, that's kind of like the first month, before we moved here. The first month I was working, I had to wake up at 6 to catch the bus, because we were then living in a different town. Catch the bus at, I think, around 6 is, yeah, probably had to wake up at around 5. So I could catch the bus to get to work. And I do remember that I would be showing up like an hour before everyone. And you had to quit earlier than the others so that I could catch the bus back. And actually that does remind me, the people who were working at that time, the younger people, I do remember them giving me a bit of a corner eye. Like, why do you get to go earlier? It's because I show up. I wake up at 5 to show up here, so there's that. It's been 20 years. About 20 years. That's insane. Other than that, I think this is like the first time in 20 years that I've woken up at 6 to go to work at 7. Yeah, I think it is. It's kind of funny how things like change and then go back. It's like time. Time is funny. Yeah, but like I said, my plan, because Nano got done, my plan had been to get started on the projects from last week's hobby calendars, because those, okay, so the knitters, we got this pattern for like these cutest little sweaters, alright? And the crochet is like this cute, really cute, like little baubles, like little circles and things. And I was going to get some of that done because I want to get working on those. They're so cute. But again, no time. And yesterday it was like, Saturday is just, it's too relaxed. Like, I might, well, now that Nano is done, Saturday is probably gonna be like filming some stuff for the other channel, like with the writing and reading thing. But otherwise Saturday is for relaxing, and Sunday is for, this channel, maybe something for the other channel if there's something, and doing laundry. Sunday is laundry day. It's kind of funny because Laugardagur, which is Saturday in Icelandic, Laugar means pool. Because back in the day there was actually a law in Iceland, and this is one of those, weird laws all around the country. It wasn't weird, okay? Laugardagur, because that was the one day of the week that you had to go and have a bath. Like, it was literally in law that people had to bathe at least once a week. I mean, at least that's the story that I was told, and I'm like, makes sense. That kind of sounds like something that we would do, because I do know about that law. I read about it. People actually got fined if they were dirty. And I mean, yeah, there were sometimes circumstances like during the winter time when people simply couldn't bathe because You know, back in the day, they didn't have central heating, they didn't have running water. And sometimes in the wintertime, people simply got snowed in. Because because on top of everything else, the weather was colder back then. So being able to like take a bath or clean yourself just wasn't always an option. Quite a bit different from today when we have running water. Kinda, not gonna lie, I sometimes wish that this law was still, at least in some form, around, because there are people, and I'm being horribly judgmental, and I'm being quite mean, but honestly, there are people who really, really, really need some kind of rather positive, okay, because positive reinforcement works better than negative reinforcement, but they do need some incentive to remember to go attend to their hygienic needs. Because some people just smell, which is sad. Particularly because some of them like have access. I'm rambling. I'm not trying not to like mention anyone because that's really, really unfair. But yeah, I'm the type of mean person who's like, I kind of wish that some of those laws were still around. Actually, speaking of old laws, I do remember there was what was the name of it? Was it Quentarlo? Can't remember what they were called, but there was like in a lot of other countries, right? There were laws in Iceland regarding what type of clothing and what type of material and colors people could wear. That's one law that I'm happy isn't around anymore, because I would probably not be able to wear half the clothes that I wear, or the colors, or the cuts, or the material, because yeah, Iceland back in the day was very, very status conscious. Like, person's station in life was indicated by their clothing and the colors of the clothing and the material of the clothing. So there were laws about what you could wear, clothing laws. And I do know that there were laws like that in England, because I've read about them in several books. I think it's like Strange Old Laws of England. That's not an accurate title, but you can also find records of bizarre old laws all around the world on the internet. But yeah, I do remember that. That's one law that I'm happy isn't around anymore, because that's like, yeah. But the one with the showers would be. I don't know. But yeah, that's because I'm mean. But yeah, I am terribly distracted by the fact that I have these falsies on, but they're so cute. Oop, pardon me, all up in your face. Like, this one has snowflakes. And I do have some other more like Christmassy theme, like with I'm getting distracted. There's a raven greeting the morning. I'm like, oh, I like ravens. They're kind of cool. But yeah, I do have like nails that I have like one set has like gingerbread man, a Christmas bucket, reindeer head, Santa hat is like really, really cute. And I think another one that's like a little bit more adult, mature, like has more like red, green colors and all that. I have nails and I want to wear them on the weekends. Like, I cannot, like, I have to take these off tonight because I cannot wear them to work. I have to open like bags and boxes and all that sort of thing. And if I have nails like this at work, that would be painful. Yeah, that would just be no. So I need to get them off this tonight, so I'm gonna enjoy having them and showing off. But yeah, I also need to get them off if I want to do any knitting, because I can't knit with these on. Okay, you may be able to hear like these strange little like bang bang noises. Yes. So that probably means that there's a hunter around. Probably on the other side of the fjord, because I think now is the hunting season for seabirds. Yeah, that I'm not as fond of. Like, I'm not fond of hunting. Like, when you have. Anyway, that's another topic completely. I'm not gonna get into that. I was going. Thank you. Like, this one followed me, and now I remember what the other thing was that I was going to tell you about. Books. I got books. So, first up, I'm gonna show this one. This is a new edition of Lopi. Completely different from before, because now the pictures are more whimsical, and they actually named this. Like, they gave this one a name. Usually, there's just been the title of the magazine and the number. Now they gave it a name. It's Ævintýri, or fairy tale. And like the pictures, the models are having way more fun. And just like the cover, it's like, oh, so pretty. Like this. Just having way more fun. There's also a pattern for a teepee. And I'm like, oh, don't have a kid, but. Oh, I was also very excited about this one, because it has like turtleneck collar, one of those words, and like cables. Unfortunately, it does seem to be seamed, so yeah, we'll see. I wanted to find, should be, oh come on, there should be, here we go. So the back of the magazine always has like an overview. That's really dark though. Yeah, but it always has an overview of all the patterns that are in this book. I have no idea again whether or not this is available in English. Might be. Well, yeah. There are definitely some patterns here that I do like. Like I said about this one, I'm very tempted by. I want to know what that dark image is. Ah, right. It's a Vettlingar. Gloss? I think that's a word. Yeah. Don't know why they would take such a dark picture though. You can barely tell what's there. See, there was another one that I really liked, wasn't there? Oh, this one. I'm really fond of like both the colorway and the patterns on this cardigan. And the other thing is that my mother gave me a book for my birthday. So my birthday was on the 20th of November, and I actually told her about a book that I was gonna buy myself, and then she beat me to it. It's a knit book. And it's kind of funny because it's called Skjöl og Teppi, or shawls and blankets. You know, the two things that I really like to make. So this is also a Knitters collection of knitting patterns by Auður Björt Skúladóttir. And the thing that I really like about this book is both that on the inside, so it's got, you know, you can mark your spot, and it's got all the abbreviations and the things that you need to remember, and every single pattern has every single row completely described. Like there's no repeat this like this. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 150 or something. Every single row is detailed. Like there are detailed instructions for every single row. And on top of that, the drawings for the patterns. So you got the drawings, you got the pictures, and you got the written instructions. How cute is that baby? And yeah, I really like, so the instructions were one thing that I really, really fell in love with. But also like some, really like this shawl. Like it's got this like cable stitch type of thing that I just looks so pretty, and I like the colorways. We got something like this that I just adore. Let's see, this one has quite a few. Oh yeah, and this one has like cable puutarhappi. What you call it? I can't remember, but it's like, you know, like you can see it's like a collection of samples that you like stitch together. Oh, I need to get, I have no idea how you make it, but it's like, it's so cool. This is so right up my, this is something that I want to like make, and because I do have a yarn collection, I probably have yarn that I can use to make some of this stuff, particularly shawls, because I really like shawls. And so yet again, I still have no excuse not to continue working unless I keep popping on falsies so that I can knit. But yeah, I think that's enough rambling from me this Sunday morning. Yeah, so I've already filmed part of my unboxing of the hobby calendar. But I need to go and find the patterns. Like I wasn't able to find the patterns straight away on the hobby website. I need to just settle down and find them. Yeah, that's one drawback that I'm finding. It's a little bit difficult to like go get the patterns because they don't have like a set like there isn't a link on the like the front page on their site that you can just click and go like, yeah, I'm here to go check out the patterns from my calendar. That's the one drawback. On the other hand, what might also be a drawback is that I keep seeing other patterns that I'm like, ooh, that's cute, ooh, that's cute. So, because, you know, the focusing thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that, find the pattern so I can finish filming that video. So that should be up quickly after this one. And yeah, so that is my Sunday morning. I've gotten up, I've done things. Yeah, so I will hopefully see you again next weekend. I will hopefully have, you know, something more to chat about. I probably will, knowing me, because I'm a chatterbox when it comes to sitting in front of the camera. And anyway, so see you again next weekend, and I hope you have really, really good time. I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna say bye bye. Okay, take care. Bless, bless.